Good morning. Welcome to our practice today. I'm going to use a framework that I'm working with for some alternatives to sun salutations to protect the wrists, and finding ways to kind of build into that framework exactly what it is you need personally in your practice. So it's nice to have a skeleton to work from, and then really letting your needs flow through your practice so you keep on coming to the mat with intention. So we begin just by bringing attention to the breath, but let's do it from standing today. Take the palms in front of the heart. Adding some more length to the inhale breath. Adding more length to the exhale breath. And then next time you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold the body forward. I'm going to open the feet up a little bit, bend the knees. Take the fist down on the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhaling, stepping the feet back all the way down to the belly. And keeping the fist planted, inhaling to a small cobra. The quads are still engaged, the belly's in the spine, but the ribs are really resting on the mat. The full belly is resting on the mat. And then tuck the toes. You're going to press up and push back into downward facing dog. If you'd like to stay longer in your downward facing dogs, you can always hit pause. I'm going to kind of shorten the holds in down dog just for the sake of getting everything fit into this video, in this practice today. So feel free to stay longer. Otherwise, exhaling and looking to the front, I'm going to tent my hands and step my feet up to the front of the mat. Feet stay hip width distance apart. Inhaling, coming up halfway. Exhaling, folding, letting the knees bend slightly. Relaxing the head down. Pressing into the bottoms of those feet, rising all the way up to standing. Exhale the hands into the heart center. Inhale here at the top, grabbing one wrist and just dipping over to the side. Inhaling back. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, extending up. Exhale, fold the body forward. And send the fist back. And go ahead, stepping back. All the way down to the belly. Inhale, the cobra. A little bit higher as I warm the body up. And then exhale, pressing up to the top of the push-up and pushing back into downward facing dog. Starting with tented hands, and then if my wrists feel okay with it, I can start to press the hands down onto the mat. I'm going to move this whole arrangement over here. Drawing the navel point in towards the spine, extending that tail back, extending the heels back, engaging the quadricep muscles. And then I retent the hands, exhaling, step the feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale, coming up to that halfway point. Feet are going to be hip width distance apart. And exhale, fold. Press into the earth, rise up, arms will reach up and overhead. And again, I do that wrist clasp. Doesn't matter which side you hit first, just make sure you do both sides. As you're reaching over one side, just think about squaring the hips to the front of your short edge of the mat. Inhale, come up. Exhale, try the other side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, and once again, forward fold. I'm going to walk it up just to the front of my mat. I'm starting to bring the toes together, heel slightly open as my legs feel warmer, so I can keep this out of the back and focus on the hamstrings in my forward fold. If you feel this creeping into the back, if you feel your back rounding, keep the feet wider, bend the knees slightly. Okay. Go ahead and step the feet back. Come all the way down to the belly. Feel up the head and the chest. Bhujangasana, cobra. And press into your hands, top of a push-up. Press it back, transitioning through tented hands first, pressing the fingertips onto the mat, really awaken that connection, and then you can plant the full hand onto the mat, spreading out those digits. I'm going to retent my hands, look to the front of the mat, and step both feet up to the front of the mat. Inhaling, coming up halfway. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, rise all the way up to standing, and one more time, I'll grab the wrists, lengthen the side body. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, find the other side. Inhale, come up. This time, knees are going to bend deeply, hips are going to reach back. Sweeping the hands down, reach the arms up, finding Utkatasana, lifting the heart, lifting the belly off the thighs. And then fold the body forward. Keep a slight bend in the knees if you need that still at this point in your practice. Inhaling, coming up halfway. I'm going to plant those fists back down. Exhale, step both feet down, come all the way down onto the belly. Inhaling into your cobra. Quads engaged, shoulders are drawing down the back. And then press up into plank and downward facing dog. From here, I tent the hands. I'm going to step my right foot between the hands, spiral the back heel down. It's going to be an inhale to that warrior B, and an exhale, reversing the warrior. And then right away, I'm just going to add that one more layer on, coming into side angle. Elbow's going to rest onto that top knee, top hand, left hand. Just going to reach over just for a breath. Then I plant the left hand down on the ground, and as I do that, the back knee drops down. So it's a lot to bring into one sun salutation, but we'll do it a few times and build upon it. And then finding a nice deep lunge, exhale to plant hands down, take the front foot back, down all the way to the belly. Inhale, upward facing dog, our cobra, and then press it to the top of the push-up as you transition into that downward facing dog. Tenting the hands, fingertips pressing firmly into the mat, giving you that extra lift to step the left foot through, spiral the back heel down, and inhale, bring the chunk of the body up. We're facing the long edge of the mat. Exhale, reaching down the back side of the body, reversing the warrior. Inhale, moving through that warrior B to bring the elbow onto the knee. So nothing changes in the base of the body. That's why we can move this with the breath. The only change in the base of the body is here as we transition. With that back hand's going to sweep back behind you. You can grab the back leg as you do it. You're going to pull that right hip forward and drop the knee down to the ground. Squaring the hips, inhaling, reaching the arms up, finding a nice deep lunge. And then exhale, plant the hands. Step the front foot back. All the way down to the belly. Inhale to a cobra that's working for you at this point in your practice. If the body's warmer, you can press it up a little bit more, but really listen to where you feel this. You want to create length in the back bend. So lengthening the heart forward, lengthening the legs back. Press up to the top, press back in a downward facing dog. Or stay here. I'm going to open the hands up nice and wide. Returning to that tented hands, looking to the front, stepping the feet up to the front. Inhaling, coming up to that halfway point, flat back. Exhale, fold. Sit back, find a chair back there, or a thunderbolt, or Utkatasana. Reach the arms up and stand it up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers behind you, draw the knuckles down towards the heels, lift the heart up. And as you release that bind, sit back down, find Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, coming up halfway. And then exhaling, stepping both feet back. You can jump them back if you're jumping. I'm using the fist. Support my wrists. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, or cobra. Top of a push-up. Downward facing dog. Tenting the hands, so right away you can step the right foot in between the hands, spiral the back heel down, and inhaling up to face the long edge of the mat once again. Exhaling, reversing that warrior. Inhaling, moving through warrior B to bring the elbow on top of that front knee, reaching the top arm over. That can be an inhale. And then taking that top hand, spiraling it back behind me, and then grabbing my left hip, turning it, dropping that back knee down on the ground, squaring the hips now to the front, reaching the hands up, and then exhale, bring the hands down. Fists. Take your front foot, Step it back. Come all the way down to the belly. Here's our cobra one more time. Keep the quads contracted and extend the heart forward. Tuck the toes, press to the top of a push-up, and push back. 1 second. There you go. I would not play on the, 6-year-olds. All right. Press back in a downward facing dog. And this time we're going to tent the hands again. Step the left foot in between the hands, the back heel spirals, the back foot spirals down, and inhale, bring it up. Keep that front knee bent, warrior B, and then reverse the warrior. Nothing changes again in the base of the body. Bring it back, elbow comes to knee. Inhale, top arm over. Exhale, that top hand's gonna take it back behind you. Grab the hip, drop the knee down. Squaring the hips, inhale, reach the arms up, lift the heart, come out of the pelvis. And then exhale, plant the fists down, step the front foot back. Coming all the way down to the belly. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Cobra keeps the pelvis down on the ground. Those hip points stay connected. Deeper in the spine. Tuck the toes, press to the top of the push-up, and push back. Here we stay in our downward facing dog. Hi, love. Can you get off the chair, please? Thank you. Looking to the front and tenting the hands, we'll step the feet up to the front. And now coming to the flat back, exhale, fold. Press into the feet, little bend in the knees no matter what as you inhale and rise up. Exhale the hands into the heart center. Exhale the hands back behind you. Interlace those fingers. Drive the knuckles down, lift the heart up. And then as you release, take your seat back down. Fire the arms up. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up to that flat back. We're going to add a little bit into this. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. Come all the way down to the belly. Inhale the heart up in the cobra. And then exhale, press into the earth. Rise up to the plank, downward facing dog. I'm going to tent the hands and step the right foot in between the hands, spiral the back heel down, and with inhale breath, we bring it up into Virabhadrasana, B, warrior B, and exhale, same framework, take it back to that down, the reverse warrior. Elbow comes to the knee, top hand reaches up, and then take that top hand, grab the hip with you as you return into that nice low lunge, reaching the arms up. And then exhale, plant the hands down, take a walk in the opposite direction of your foot. Tuck the back toes and just open into the hips. Stay here for a breath. Stay weighted in that front right hip so it doesn't come with you as you walk away from it. It stays right in that same angle as you left it. And then walk it back. Plant the hands. Step that foot back. And we'll come all the way down to the belly. I'm going to return back to my fists. Inhale into cobra. And press into the earth and press back into downward facing dog. Again, left foot steps in between the hands. Spiral the back heel down. Take an inhale breath, returning to our warrior B. Reverse it. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, top arm reaches up. Side angle. Exhale, bring that back hand, the top hand back behind you, grab the hip. Find the deep lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, plant the hands down. Now keep the base the same so that get heavy in that left hip so nothing changes. It doesn't come with you as you walk the hands away You can pick up that back knee, or you can keep that back knee down on the ground. And then we'll walk the hands back. Stay with the tented hands to protect the wrists, return to the fists. Step the front foot back and come all the way down to the belly. Draw the heart, the shoulders towards the ears and down the back. Lift the heart, cobra variation. Tuck the toes, top of the push-up. Press back, you're back in downward facing dog. Short hold here, look to the front. Tent the hands. Step the feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Sit back, find Utkatasana. Reach the arms up. Stand all the way up. Exhale the hands into the heart center. Release them behind you. Interlace. Draw the knuckles down. As you release, we return back. Last time. Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up, flat back. Exhale, find fists on the ground. Step the feet back. All the way down to the belly. Cobra. Inhale up. Exhale, top of a push-up. Press it back into downward facing dog. Adding even another layer onto this. Step the right foot in between the hands. Spiral the back heel down. Inhale. We're going to take advantage of the pelvic direction here. Warrior B. Exhale. Take it into that reverse. Inhale. Take a side angle. Take the top hand over. But from here, we're going to straighten the front leg. Reach that bottom hand. Take the hand down to the shin bone and extend the top hand up to the sky, coming into triangle pose. You can take the hand and keep it up, or you can drop it behind you. And go ahead, release. Bending that front knee, and we could take that back hand behind me, like behind us. We bring the hip. Drop the back knee, reach the arms up, and then exhale the hands and take that walk out. Take one breath, and then walk the hands back. Step the front foot back. Come all the way down to the belly. Inhaling, upward facing dog, or this would be cobra, hips on the ground, upward facing dog. You could take the thighs off the ground too, just the hands or the knuckles and the feet touching, and then exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Tenting the hands, the left foot steps between, spiral the back heel down, foot is down on the ground, warrior B, reverse the warrior. Inhale it through warrior B, exhale elbow to knee, hand reaches over, straightening that front leg, taking that bottom hand down to the shin bone, reaching the top hand up. That bottom hand's really, really light. Be on the ground, the shin bone hooked on the big toe, wherever your practice kind of attracts that hand. You can take the top hand and drop it behind you. And then we'll go ahead, take one more big breath here, spiraling, drawing the belly in towards the spine, and just dropping that top shoulder a little bit back, extending the crown of the head, forward, side body long. Take one last breath. And then we'll slowly bend that front knee. Moving through that side angle, take the hand behind you, grab the hip, drop the back knee, reach the arms up. Coming up and out of the pelvis, it helps to reset you in your pelvis evenly from that different direction. And then plant the hands. One breath, we walk out. One breath, we walk back in. Front foot steps back, coming all the way down to the belly. Cobra pose, draw the heart up, lengthen through the front of the body, and then exhaling, fold forward, drop it down, press to the top of the push-up, last downward facing dog. And then from here, we'll go ahead and draw the left shin bone forward, and the right then follows. we're going to stack either, we're going to put one shin bone in front of the other, or if it's more available to you, this is more challenging, you bring the ankle on top of the knee and you actually stack the shin bones. So one in front of the other or one on top of the other. More intensity is one on top of the other. And then we'll fold the body forward, tenting the hands, letting the fingers connect down to the earth. From here, taking advantage of this shape, there are many places that you can go from here. If you have the time, you can take the top leg back into a pigeon pose. You can cross the top leg over and find a twist. So you may hit pause and play with any of those. For now, we're going to extend the legs and bring the opposite shin bone in front or on top, and walk the hands out. And taking this as an opportunity just to check in and make sure that you've nurtured the parts of your body that need your attention, that this has functioned for you, that you filled the flow with exactly what your body needs to nurture through the practice. Knowing that it's not just big poses, which are definitely fun, but it's really how the practice can serve you to exist better in your body. So you can kind of take advantage of this opportunity of being here on earth, so you can dive in deep and have the patience to dive into that depth. Let's go ahead and walk it back. We're going to release those legs, shake it out, and we'll roll onto the back. Draw the knees up into the chest, give yourself a squeeze, and releasing the legs out. Palms up, eyes closed. And taking this time to listen to the breath as it rises and falls. Staying here as long as you like. Enjoying this closing posture of Shavasana. Honor to practice with.